I've just been checking in with my Jewish friends lately, and I am taken aback at how many of them say thanks to our show and to other shows and other people speaking out about this in a fair way because it's not uniform, because the split has been almost immediate to blame Israel. This is just like our priors, like whatever, like some on the left. Well, I guess we're in favor of the brown skinned people and not the white supremacist colonializers. That's kind of our typical. And I just wanted to say that I hope you're okay, because I realize this has been a time in which Jewish people here in America are reeling, seeing these anti-Semites reveal themselves from corner to corner here in the country.
Absolutely. It's been an extremely tough time. I think Jews across the world are reeling, but I really do think that people like you have been such a bright spot. I'm not just saying that because I love you and I'm on your show, but you really have made an extremely difficult time better, where we feel like the world's gone crazy. Like, did they see what happened on October 7th? Did they forget already what the images that they were shown? Hamas live streamed it. There was no room for, did this happen? Did this not happen? It happened. And to have people like you speaking out, it really has been, a point of optimism for us, where it shows that there are people who are sane, there are people who are good, and there are people who will defend us from the most horrific, crimes possible.
Thank you. I'm please in no way fishing for a compliment. I just wanted to say I've been taken aback at how many people.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. But to me, it's like I'm sad to see so many of my Jewish friends writing me saying thank you. Like my voice should be so lost in a ubiquitous chorus of condemnation that it shouldn't stick out in any way, shape, or form. But that's not the reality, Bethany.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just that you're speaking out. I mean, I think it's easy to say I stand against these atrocities. I mean, I personally had avoided listening to that news conference and because it's really painful. But I think that the difference between you and a lot of people is it's easy to say, this was terrible, whatever. But what I've watched you doing with admiration and gratitude is that you're going toe to toe with people who are at best silent and at worst excusing it and trying to, what about and second guess. And honestly, it's Holocaust denial. What we saw on October 7th was a Holocaust. And we're watching people in real time question what they're seeing and what was live streamed. And so, wonderful. I'm glad so many people have spoken out against what happened, but I think that it takes an exceptional bravery and exceptional chutzpah to stand up and say to people who are denying and who are silent, I see you. I see what you're doing, and it's disgusting, and not enough people are doing it. And, speaking on behalf of the Jewish people, thank you for doing it.
Oh, I mean, Bethany, hasn't it been so revealing when you see, like, to me, It's been shocking because it's almost like people had a mask up, people I liked, people I respected, and now the mask is off. It's like they couldn't care less. There are some who are trying to downplay this. There's some on the left who are entirely, it's great. We love it. We're cheering it. I didn't know any of those people personally. But there are some who weren't bizarre people who I already wasn't associated with, who are quick to say like, it's somebody else's problem. Or their first instinct, it sounds very Neville Chamberlain-y. You know what I mean? Like, let's just make sure that we're okay. It's kind of Israel's, I understand we have foreign policy interests of our own. Nobody here, including you two, I'm sure wants to see America rush right in. Let's have war with Iran. Let's do this thing. That's straw manning, right? Like if you're going there, you're misrepresenting what the real issue is right now.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Hamas go into all of these homes to kill Jews. That was their objective. And newsflash for everyone here in America, there are Jews here too. And when you say that Israel doesn't have the right to defend itself against a massacre, you're saying that the American Jewish community also does not have that right. That it is okay with you if Hamas walks into a synagogue, which has happened already. We've already seen terror attacks in American kosher supermarkets and synagogues and schools. And you're telling them they have a free ticket to do that. When I was walking to synagogue last weekend with my children, I gave them an active shooter conversation. I said, if you hear shooting And like, do I want to have that conversation with my 4-year-old? No. I mean, really, I had it for my 10-year-old and my 6-year-old, but this is not, and people heard me on the walk because other people are walking to synagogue. And I said, I feel kind of melodramatic doing this, but also it's a necessary conversation at this point. And so I'm telling my kids, like, if you hear a gun and you don't see a gun, run. If you see the gun, hide. Because if you can see the gun can see you. And it's not a conversation I want to have with my children, but we go to kosher supermarkets, we go to kosher restaurants, we go to synagogue, and this is now a reality.
Yeah. I don't know. I keep thinking about my friend. I mentioned him on the show 2 weeks ago. Elliot Steelman, whose wife Jocelyn, my friend, died 2 weeks before October 7th. And it was out of the blue. We were all stunned. She was only 46 years old. And we went to their synagogue on the Upper West Side to pay our respects. And, in the course of a week or two, this family has lost their mother, their wife, and then this, right? It's a Jewish family. It's just one example, but it's a Jewish family living on the Upper West Side that now has to go to synagogue. This poor Elliot's got 2 young boys. He's got to take them to the Upper West Side synagogue that they go to, Rodef Shalom, and they have to worry about this too. Yeah. And now they have to worry about this.
Yeah, Rodef always had security. I went there. I've gone there for 20 years. I have family that went to Rodef. All major synagogues have always had security. But the difference in the last week is really significant because I don't really want to get into like an immigration conversation, but our border is not so great and not so secure. And it's not just people coming in from the southern border through that entry point. And, I think that Americans who think that this is Israel's problem are naive.
Right.
Well, what are those people going to do, Karol? God forbid. Yeah, I was just going to say, what are those people going to do? God forbid. We've seen a long history, those of us who aren't 20 in America, of domestic terror attacks. ISIS coming up. We've seen them in place to place. And what's to say that, some of these Hamas militants or their sympathizers aren't going to start this? This is a real concern given the amount of Jew hatred we're seeing on open display across the world and in our own country. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I was going to say was, the people who are thinking that, anybody's, cheering on war with Iran or wanting America to get involved. My personal policy preference is America does not get involved. I think in a lot of ways, America will hold back Israel from what it needs to do. I think we're sort of seeing that right now with the Biden visit. But beyond that, my policy concerns are in America, and they are things like the border, and they are things like our lax immigration policies, and they are things like we're not allowed to question any of that. You're racist if you say that our border might lead us to having terrorist attacks, but that's exactly what the concern should be. The idea that we're pushing any other kind of policy other than really a very pro-America, American security policy is ridiculous.
This show is supported by Grand Canyon University. Founded in 1949, GCU is a private Christian university that's dedicated to delivering an affordable and transformative higher education. Their vibrant campus is located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. And according to niche.com, it's ranked a top 25 best campus in the country. As of June 2023, GCU offers 330 academic programs, 330, I say, and over 270 of those are available also online, allowing you the freedom to earn your degree on your time from wherever you are. You can fold it into your day where it makes sense. Their programs are also designed to challenge and inspire you. At GCU, your degree, whether it's a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, integrates the free market system and a welcoming Christian worldview. Learn more about GCU's programs, competitive tuition rates, and scholarship offers from your university counselor. They're part of the supportive graduation team who take a personalized approach to helping you achieve your academic goals, walking alongside you every step of the way. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. For more info or to enroll, visit gcu.edu. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.